guys, welcome back. So today I want to show you a song I heard for the first time a couple days ago. You know, I always say I'm really behind on music, and I was driving around in the car, heard this on the radio, and I didn't know who it was. The guy's voice was really incredible, and it really stuck out to me. But as soon as I heard the song, I instantly wanted to make it funky, and I wanted to hear a chord change every 2 beats. So I always like to do these kinds of things to challenge myself and improve my guitar playing, improve my rhythm, and just kind of use the theory I've learned over the years to kind of spice things up and make some, songs and chord progressions more interesting. And so we're going to kind of use this song as a template for a triad exercise, because the whole song is really just 4 chords. It's just B minor, G major, C sharp minor, and F sharp major. And he throws in like a C sharp minor 7 here and there, but it's really all the same thing, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to use triads and just every 2 beats change a chord and then make it really funky. Alright, so we're going to start out with the intro. In the intro, he's really just strumming on a B minor chord and then walking up the bass line on the A string like a... But instead of playing it that way, we're going to make that bass line happen on the D, G, B, and E strings and do some funky triad with some funky right hand kind of scratch rhythm, right? So instead of playing it like that, we're going to go... Alright, so we're going to play it like that. So we're basically going to walk between 2 B minor triads in the beginning and then walk up the bass line from A major to B flat minor to B minor. So I have D, G. I'm not going to bar any of these. I'm going to play them all short form. So I have D, G on 4, 3 on B, 2 on the high E. And you just kind of go down, up, down, and then do some down, up scratches in between. It would take an hour to go over every single rhythm hit I'm doing. It's really hard to explain right hand rhythm stuff. Just kind of feel it out or slow it down and just kind of make your own rhythm. But you're going to walk between this B minor here, 4, 4, 3, 2. And then we're going to go up to this B minor, 9 on D, bar G, B, E on 7. I'm going to do a muted hit and an upstroke. Alright. So we start out with like a 16th note. And then do that down up. And I'm going to do a down up scratch. And then we're going to walk up this bass line. So give that down up hit. And then go to A major. 7 on D, 6 on G, B and E on 5 bar. I'm going to do all downstrokes here, right? Then walk up a half step into B flat minor. Have 8 on D, bar G, B, E on 6. And then take that same shape up a half step straight into your B minor. 9, 7, 7, 7. Alright, so we have... So we're going to do that 4 times. So the 4th time you play this, we don't go back and revisit the 2nd fret. We're going to stay up here for the rest of the intro, right? Last time, hit this B minor, give it your down up kind of scratch, give it 1 upstroke stab, and then give it a mute. Then we're going to go up here to this B minor, and we're just going to do a 16th note. Have 12 on D, 11 on G, 12 on B, and 10 on the high E. And that'll send us into our verse, okay? So the whole intro you're going to have... Alright, then we get into the verse. So the verse part is basically the whole verse, the whole song is just 4 chords, right? So we're going to change triads every 2 beats. So instead of just hanging on each chord for 4 beats, we're going to change chords every 2 beats and just kind of make it push forward a little more and make it sing a little more, right? So we'll have... So this way, we're going to have B minor, D, G, B and E, 4, 4, 3, 2. And then we're going to play a lick on the 2nd triad of each one of these chord changes. So after you go from your first B minor Have 9, 7, 7, 7 for your other B minor. Down hit, upstroke. Then keep G, B, and E barred on 7. Hammer on and pull off with your ring finger from 9 to 7 on G. Alright. Then we're going to go to G major. Have 5 on D, 4 on G, bar B and E on 3. And kind of start every chord with like a 16th note, right? A down, down, up, down, up. Then we're going to go to our first inversion G major. Have 9 on D, bar G, B, E on 7, have 8 on the B string with your middle finger. And if you do those upstrokes, we're going to hammer on and pull off the same note we did on B minor. We're just going to hammer on and pull off from 9 to 7 on G. So just bar that G, B, E on 7, have your middle finger on 8 on B, and hammer on and pull off from 9 to 7 on G with your ring finger, right? So you'd have... Alright, then from here we're going to go to C sharp minor. Have 6 on D and G, 5 on B, and 4 on E. Alright, and then we're going to walk up to our other C sharp minor. 11 on D, G, B, and E on 9. After you give it those down hits and upstrokes, bar that G, B, E on 9, and then hammer on and pull off from 11 to 9 on G with your ring finger. All these are really fast flicks, right? It's moving by pretty fast at 134 beats a minute, so you just got to kind of get in there and dig in, right? So from here, this is where it's going to change a little. We're going to walk up a bass line again just to kind of keep the song moving and grooving on the guitar here. So then we're going to go to F sharp major. Have 4 on D, 3 on G, bar B and E on 2. And I'm just going to go give it some muted hits. And after I hit that last upstroke, I'm going to walk in up to A major and have 7 on D, 6 on G, B and E on 5. And then we're going to walk up to our next F sharp major triad, bar G, B, and E on 6, have 8 on D and 7 on the B string. Alright. And then go straight back to your first B minor, 4, 4, 3, 2, right? So that whole part together you're going to have... Okay, so that's that whole verse, and really, I mean, you just got to sit there with a metronome and start grooving. This kind of rhythm stuff, I don't want to say it comes naturally to me, but it's not something I have to work at as hard as like playing lead guitar type of stuff, right? So just put on a metronome, get a drum beat going, and just sit there and groove, man, and just work your tempo up like 5 beat increments, and just sit there and try to stay in time and really nail the right hand mutes. That's really what keeps everything flowing and going and staying in time with the beat, right? Then there's this little breakdown, and here I chose to just play it straight just like they do. You could walk it up, and on the 4th beat of each chord you could change the triad, like a, you know, do that. But it didn't sound very good. It was a little much, so we're just going to play it straight. So you just kind of give these 1, 2, 3, all these down hits. You have your B minor, 4, 4, 3, 2. Your G major, 5, 4, 3, 3. And then you have your C sharp minor, 6, 6, 5, 4. And then your F sharp major, 4, 3, 2, 2. Okay, he does that twice. And then what we're going to do, we're going to start palm muting all these same chords. And we're going to do what we did in the verse, but instead of doing the pull-off thing where we go... Instead of doing all that, we're going to palm mute all these. It's a cool sound, it kind of gives it some more movement. So you just have 4, 4, 3, 2. Stick your hand right in front of the bridge there. right? And we're just gonna, I just kind of mute down and then walk up to your next triad, right? 4-4-3-2 to 9-7-7-7. All right, then we go to G major, 5-4-3-3, and I kind of slide up on the B string to get into these. All right, so, and then you walk up to your G major. You have 9 on D, bar G, B, E on 7, 8 on B. Then we go to our C sharp again, 6-6-5-4. And then we'll have our other C sharp, 11-9-9-9, right? So we're just playing the same thing we played in the verse, but instead of hammering on and pulling off the G string, we're just going to palm mute all these and just stay 2 beats on each one, okay? So you'll have... And then with your F sharp, you just go 4-3-2-2, D, G, B, and E. And then walk up to your first inversion of F sharp major. Have 8 on D, bar G, B, E on 6, and have 7 on the B string. Alright, so you'll have... Alright, and that's all that little part is, and then it just goes back into the... And it's all some variation in the rhythm of just those 4 chords over and over again, right? So it's a simple song, but I love taking simple songs and making them like as challenging as I can just to help improve my rhythm and timing and feel. And it's just a great way to do that. It's at 134 beats a minute. It's a very fast, challenging pace to move through all these triads with. Like I said, man, just start slow, start at like 75 beats a minute, something like that, and just work your way up, whatever speed is necessary. And just work on your right hand, work on your muting, work on your timing, because that's really what guitar is all about, right? Is just rhythm and timing and the feel of playing chords. You know, lead stuff is cool, but chords is what makes songs. It's what people move to. It's the melody that people remember. I mean, that's where it's at for me. So, you know, always keep that in mind. It's easy to spend 3-4 hours a day noodling up, you know, guitar lines and not even play a single chord the whole day. I think we've all been guilty of that at some point. So make sure you put some chords into your routine every day. Make sure you do something to work on your right hand rhythm that's going to improve that. I mean, you can just sit there with a metronome and just... and then just start messing with different kind of syncopated rhythms, right? And just kind of mess around with it, and just doing that will, you know, that'll improve your right hand leaps and bounds, even without fretting any notes. You know, just work on that. It's a great way to improve your right hand and your dexterity and kind of getting all that scratch stuff down. But that's everything. It's a fun song. The guy has a great voice. It's really cool, really different, and I hope you like it. Just practice slow, have fun. See you next time.